Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Food Service Driver back in the build. I just want to give you guys a quick update and also a Q&A question I've been asked for the longest time. I did make the video. I do have it. There's a lot of things I got to tweak about the video. There's some things in the videos that I have to edit out or cut out due to company rules, company guidelines. There's certain things they don't want me to show, but they're cool with it, me recording. So I'm trying to figure out what it is that I can and can't show, and then I'm uploading. It's gonna be uploaded this week. Just giving you guys a fair heads up. Also, I'm gonna have more content coming, but like I said, I'm still trying to keep my job, but also give you guys content as well. So please bear with me because I'm still trying to learn what I can and can't record. Other companies I work for, like Cisco, McLane, they mind certain stuff, but over here at PFG, they real anal about certain things, and I don't mind it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't mind the publicity, but also they want to keep their reputation and whatnot. So I don't mind that, it's cool. But I just gotta figure out the nicks and kinks about it. And also this Q&A question I've been asked, the McLane hiring process. So once you go on joinmclane.com, you look for McLane in your area, you look for the position. The sad thing is with online, you can't tell if it's food service or food service or grocery. So once you apply for it, I say about what the typical wait about, I wait about a week. Matter of fact, it was less than a week that way. Somebody gonna reach you out to an email. And once you get the email, you're gonna get in contact with a recruiter. And that recruiter at that point go do like a phone interview or in-person interview. If you do a phone interview, it's kind of delaying the process if you do a phone versus in person. Because when you do an in-person interview, I always suggest you do an in-person interview. When you do an in-person interview, you meet with the transportation manager, HR, you meet with the whole 9 yards of people on the team. Once you get in there, you basically explain what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do. If you don't have much food service experience, you can tell them like, hey, you want to be a great asset to the team. You don't mind hard work. You don't mind getting grinding and not saying making money, but grinding and learning the industry of food service and, try to make it a good aspect in your life. So I would definitely hit them with the truth, because 9 out of 10, they can see when you line to interview them, because most people just come for the money. And that's it, especially people with a high sign-up bonus. Like when I was working on McLane, I was giving out $10,000, $15,000, $18,000 sign-up bonus. And they could tell people who just came for the sign-on bonus versus came to actually work for the company. So just be clear, honest with them. I know a lot of people want to get in the game for the money, but you also got to remember that fast money is not always good money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you want to get the experience, but also you want to make sure this is something that you want to do. Food service industry is like the most top of work where it's always in demand. It's always going to be in demand regardless, and it's the highest turnover rate as well. So you got to be mindful of that. Also, once you do that, if you do a phone interview, then they have to schedule for an in-person interview. So that's why I always say, always go for the in-person interview, because at the in-person interview, they can easily tell if you can get the job or not, honestly, just by the interview. When I did my in-person interview, I met with everybody, HR, the recruiting, transportation manager, everybody. And at that point, if you do good, what they do is give you a road test. Once you do a road test, you're in the clear. You in the clear, because they're not gonna just give anybody a road test if they're not gonna hire you. You know what I'm saying? So I did my road test the same day. They asked me, can I do my drug and alcohol? Same day right after my road test. And after that, they gave me like a potential start date. It was like, all right, like 2-3 weeks out, here's gonna be a start date. And the reason why they do that, because they have to wait for your background, clearinghouse, driving record, all that, because they usually run it after you do the interview. So you see, when you do a phone interview, you gotta do it in person, and when you do it in person, that's just longevity of the process. If a recruiter doesn't get back with you, I say about a week or two, I would definitely call the DC. Usually at the bottom of the job listing, it will show the McLane location. You just look it up, call them, speak to the transportation manager or anybody in transportation, ask them, hey, you applied and you wanted to know what was going on with your application or if I'm a good candidate. And most likely they'll probably tell you, or they'll probably tell you to wait for the recruiter. But 9 times out of 10, a week or two, you should hear something, because like I said, people are always hiring. Always hiring. Food service companies are always hiring. I don't care what anybody say, they're always hiring. And you might have something application that they don't like to see. Majority of people, they're very picky because they want people with food service experience, but right now, because the industry is so hot and we need drivers real bad, they'll probably just hire, a couple people. I even heard McLane is even hiring people out of school to, come do the food delivery and train them. So like I said, it's a lot of great opportunity out there. But like I said, once you in the clear, man, like once you do your road test and it's scheduled for you could expect to work about 2-3 weeks. But after 2-3 weeks, then you're gonna go with some training pay. Now training, you're gonna be in training for, depending on if you have food service experience like me or a couple other people got been like a year or two, you probably get like 2 weeks to a month, the most. I mean, I pick up real fast, so it was like 2 weeks, and then after that I was cut loose. Some people may take longer. If you have no experience, then it might be like a couple of months, like 1 or 2 months. But don't get discouraged of that, because they just want to see that you can do the job on your own, because certain McLanes, you're gonna do solo routes, sometimes team routes, and sometimes layovers, where you go out of the state, do a route, lay over there, and come back. You know what I'm saying? So they just want to make sure they're preparing you so you can do the routes on your own. The team routes is not always guaranteed, depending on which industry it is. Like if you're on food service, the team routes is like usually people who, they pair with you, or usually if there's like somebody out of town, somebody call out, they pay with another partner. But usually with the team routes, people are looking for somebody who actually get the job done. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you first get on the route solo, I wouldn't say try to kill yourself, but I would try to make yourself above the average person. So that way, you know what I'm saying, if stuff would happen, or if a driver were to quit or whatever, and people need a partner, they could pick you up instantly just like that without having to be on extra board. Now, don't get me wrong, the extra board is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I made a lot of money on the extra board, but sometimes with extra board, you don't know where you're going, what you're running into, what's your schedule like, because it's always far because you're doing other people's routes. You know what I'm saying? You're just that feeling person, like if they're on vacation or if they call out sick or whatever the case may be. But when you have your own route, you got your own days off, days you're working, and you could plan around if you want to work an extra day because you got a consistent route and that's your route, and they can't take that away from you. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, once you get in the door, you get through the training. I personally, I don't really like working with people like that. It all depends, because I got to fill you out, but much I don't like working with people. So I always told them when I was on extra board, I just want either like out of town routes, which is remote routes, or like local routes. Sometimes they might give you a helper, sometimes not. It just all depends. Or sometimes you might have to do a team driving. And then when you do a team driving, that's the best time to show your overall performance, because at the end of the day, those people got higher seniority over you. So, you know what I'm saying, you might show your performance, like, man, I really want this cat on my, you know what I'm saying, with me just in case my partner go out of town. And usually when they partner go out of town, they could pick and choose who they want to be on their route. And then guess what? Now you don't got to be on extra board. Now he could pick you up on his route, and then you get squared away. But like I said, man, there's a lot of good opportunities, and there's a lot of things you have to watch out for when when you're applying, you're getting in the game. But those are the best handful tips I could tell you about when you try to join on with McLane. If there's any other questions you want to know about the hiring process with McLane, or anything you want to know about McLane in general, just hit your just leave all your comments in the comment section below, and I'll answer them. I'm very good at responding. But like I said, I didn't forget about you guys about the video. I got you guys. I just got to figure out certain things that they want me that I can and can't show, because I still got to do a lot of editing, because there's a lot of stuff I did record that I can't show, and I don't want to lose my job over it. So like I said, I'm still going to give you guys content, but there's a lot of things I got to figure out. So it's your boy, Food Service Driver, out.